Page 1, June 5th, 2026. Court of Kings, Bench of Alberta, Judicial Center, Calgary. Plaintiff, Ethan Klein and TED Entertainment Incorporated. Defendant, Ian Jomha and Anissa Jomha. Document, Statement of Claim. Notice to defendant. You are being sued. You are a defendant. Go to the end of this document to see what you can do and when you must do it. Statement of facts relied on. The parties. 1. The plaintiff, Ethan Klein, is an entertainer as well as the director and 50% shareholder of TED Entertainment Incorporated, TED Inc. 2. The plaintiff, TED Inc., is a corporation incorporated pursuant to the laws of redacted. 3. The plaintiffs, Mr. Klein and TED Incorporated, are most well known for the H3 podcast, also known as H3H3. Mr. Klein is also an online content creator. 4. The defendants, Ian Jomha and Anissa Jomha, the defendants, are entertainers who operate under online personas including iDubbbz, Scorched Lagoon, and Anissa Jomha. Online content creation. 5. YouTube and Twitch are online platforms through which individuals known as content creators produce and distribute video content to audiences that may number in the hundreds of thousands or millions. 6. Content from these platforms is frequently reposted and discussed by users on the website Reddit, an online forum, thereby extending the reach and permanence of any statements made by content creators beyond their original audience. 7. Mr. Klein, both in a personal capacity and as director of TED Inc., is a well-known content creator. 8. Mr. Klein derives his livelihood through TED Inc. from advertising revenue, subscriptions, sponsorships, and other sources in connection with the videos, podcasts, or other content posted online. TED Inc.'s profit and Mr. Klein's income depends upon the size of their audience and, in turn, their public reputation. 9. The defendants are prominent content creators who broadcasted defamatory statements about the plaintiffs defined below to their respective audiences on platforms which are available to the public, the particulars of which are set out below. 10. Stephen Bonnell is a content creator who operates under the online persona Destiny. Destiny is mentioned in the defamatory statements below, but is not subject to this claim. Defamatory statements. 11. The defendants made a series of false and defamatory statements about the plaintiffs on various platforms such as Twitch on at least 5 separate occasions, which state that Mr. Klein is a pedophile that has engaged in criminal activity, including molesting his own children. 12. The defamatory statements directly and by innuendo state that Mr. Klein, quote, is a pedophile, unquote, quote, pedo, unquote, and engaged in illegal activity including molestation of his children and illicit drug use. The defamatory statements include, but are not limited to, A. On or about February 17, 2026, Ian Jomha published a statement under the online persona Scorched Lagoon stating, quote, Destiny, quick daily reminder that Ethan from H3H3 is likely a pedophile who has molested his own children, end quote, which was republished to Reddit.
There's a website here. I just stumbled upon it last night while I was doing my dragon work. It's called, well, I think it's colloquially known as the Snark Headquarters. I know nothing of that. Me personally, I'm just a dragon who browses the web, but I do love Reddit. Yes, this is a fine website. It seems to operate pretty well. This one has a lot of drama on it. This one's quite interesting, to be honest. I read this last night, and I said, this seems like something someone might want to address. What in the world is that? What? What am I reading? Oh, disgusting. I will say, as a dragon, as a woke dragon, do not like this Destiny character. But I also do not like the pedo troll character. Not one bit. Makes a dragon angry to even read such a thing.
B. On or about February 20th, 2026, Ian Jomha displayed an image that another content creator with the online persona Destiny said Mr. Klein was a pedophile in a video Ian Jomha posted online. In the same video, Mr. Jomha stated that 1. It is really odd and creepy that Ethan would harass loads of other people on the internet. 2. He's a small little wimpy man. And 3. I know that Scorched Lagoon had some crazy pedo allegations on screen. I'm pretty sure he was just bringing that up to show up how much of a pussy Ethan Klein is and how he has heat and smoke for everyone else but not for Destiny. In fact, he's got Destiny's cock rammed down his throat. Damn. C. On or about March 3rd, 2026, Ian Jomhob published a statement under the online persona Scorched Legume stating, "Of course no one is laughing, it's disgusting," referring to his prior statement that Mr. Klein is a pedophile, and stated that it was not a joke.
Eyes. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm on this snark subreddit all day.
He can't even imitate my voice. Ha ha! You cannot do a British accent to save your life, Ethan Klein. Ha ha ha!
So this a lot of people thought was a little too much even for him.
Nothing is too much for the scorched legume. I will drag my scorched legumes across your face, pedo troll. This last night, and I said, this seems like something someone might want to address.
So it says, quick daily reminder that Ethan from H3 is likely a pedophile who has molested his own children. It's a comment. Funny. Everybody's laughing. How funny and cool. And by the way,
of course no one's laughing. It's disgusting. You idiot. Why would you think this is presented as a joke, you idiot? What a fool. What an absolute fool. He thinks that everything is made with the intention of jokes and comedy. Sorry, Mr. Pedo Troll. Things aren't expressly made with the purpose of making people laugh. You should know that. But I think your brain is on the fritz. It's on the fritz because that is the best defense that you have for all the shit that spews out of your mouth when you aren't able to hit the button. The button that saves your life, you have to resort to, it's comedy. It's simply comedy. I'm not doing comedy right now. This is a takedown. A serious journalistic takedown. Also, you didn't type that out? It's Mr. Morelli? Of course. That's the point. We're showcasing how much love he has for Mr. Morelli.
This is a guy I used to be friends with in real life who's met my family and stuff. Like, there are certain things you don't joke about.
Oh, now he wants to say there's certain things that are off limits. You cannot joke about this. Meanwhile, he brought on iDubbbz's former boxing coach, the disgraced boxing coach, mind you, and was laughing over little iDubbbz crying. Do you think that's a good thing to joke about? Or are some things off limits? It seems like he's scared right now. You should not. This should be off limits. When it's disgusting and when it involves destiny, oh, it should be off limits. Meanwhile, every episode a sexual joke. Meanwhile, every episode there's some sort of deplorable, sexually obsessed harassment comment.
Like, where in your empathy journey did you decide it was okay to affect my children? Not just online and say like I molest them, which is just not like.
No, actually, Destiny seemed to say all that. You stupid, silly boy. Ah, how fun. Rumlador says, "What is this accent? Is this a dragon accent?" Yes. Pedo Troll, I have a gift for you. Empathy scale. Oh, I thought you guys were saying empathy scale as in like I have one of my scales. I have a singular empathy scale. I rub my empathy scale when I need to have an empathy moment.
D. On or about March 24th, 2026, Anissa Jomhob published a statement suggesting Mr. Klein was on drugs in one of his online videos, stating, "Bro is on something here. His pupils look as big as his irises. He's cooked." 13. The defamatory statements were published online via Twitch or Reddit, which are visible to all internet users, including those in redacted. 14. The defamatory statements continue to be republished online. Some of these republications occur in places and manners not yet known to the plaintiffs. 15. The defamatory statements refer to the plaintiffs by name or identify them using the podcast title and screen name H3H3 Productions or H3H3. 16. The defamatory statements refer to Mr. Klein as a pedophile. The defamatory statements assert that Mr. Klein committed a heinous crime against his own children, and the March 24th, 2026 defamatory statement asserts that Mr. Klein uses illicit drugs, which is also illegal. 17. The defamatory statements, both alone and in combination, lower the plaintiff's reputation in the eyes of a reasonable person. 18. The defamatory statements, in their natural and ordinary meaning and by innuendo, state Mr. Klein is a pedophile and involved in criminal activity. 19. The defamatory statements published by the defendants in their plain and ordinary meaning and the innuendo arising from them are untrue and were maliciously published by the defendants knowing that they were untrue or with careless disregard as to whether they were true. The defamatory statements were made with the intention of damaging the reputation of the plaintiffs. 20. The plaintiffs have a global reputation, including approximately 425,000 viewers in Alberta. 21. The defamatory statements reached a significant number of third parties and had a gross negative impact on the plaintiffs for a myriad of reasons, including A. The defendants' Twitch accounts, including the account under the online persona Scorched Legume, had about 387,000 subscribed followers at the time the defamatory statements were posted, and a much broader potential audience given that it is freely available to the public on the internet, including persons who are not subscribers to Twitch accounts. B. The defamatory statements were republished by a number of Reddit users, greatly expanding the audience who viewed the statements. The defendants knew or ought to have known that such republication was a natural and probable consequence of their actions, and C. The defendants intended, knew, or ought to have known that the defamatory statements would be republished by other Twitch, Reddit, and YouTube users. 22. As a result of the defamatory statements and republications of the defamatory statements, the plaintiffs have suffered and continue to suffer losses and damages, including but not limited to A. Harm to Mr. Klein and Ted Inc.'s reputation and a loss of goodwill. B. Loss of subscribers to Mr. Klein's online content and H3 podcast. C. Reduced viewing numbers after the defendants posted the defamatory statements. D. Loss of income after the defamatory statements were published online. A major advertiser canceled its contract with Ted Inc. And loss of opportunity. The harm to the plaintiff's reputation caused further damage in pursuing career opportunities for Mr. Klein and business opportunities for Ted Entertainment Incorporated. 23. As a result of the foregoing, the plaintiffs have suffered and will continue to suffer damages for which the defendants are liable. 24. In light of this and the circumstances outlined above, general, special, aggravated, and punitive damages are warranted. 4. Correspondence and relevant history. 25. On March 27, 2026, the plaintiffs served the defendants with a cease and desist letter demanding that the defamatory statements be formally retracted and removed. The letter notified the defendants of the plaintiff's intent to commence legal action. 26. On March 31, 2026, the defendants advised through counsel that they will take down the defamatory statements they published. 27. As of the date of this statement of claim, the defamatory statements have been taken down from the defendants' Twitch and Reddit channels. 28. The losses and damages listed at paragraph 22 above were caused prior to the defendants' removal of the defamatory statements from their Twitch and Reddit channels. 29. The republications remain online. 30. On May 9, 2026, Ian Jomha posted under his alias iDubbbz, apologizing for sharing Destiny's statement, which was on screen in Mr. Jomha's February 20th, 2026 video. 5. Procedural matters. 31. The plaintiffs plead and rely on the provisions of the Defamation Act, RSA 2000C D-7, and the common law of tort. 32. The plaintiffs propose that this action be tried at the courthouse in the city of Calgary in the province of Alberta. It is the plaintiff's opinion that this action will not take more than 25 days to try. 6. Remedies sought. 33. The plaintiffs seek judgment and other relief as follows. A. An injunction enjoining the defendants from publishing defamatory statements about the plaintiffs on Twitch, YouTube, Reddit, or at all. B. General and special damages in the amount of $1 million or an amount to be proven at trial. C. Aggravated damages in the amount of $50,000 or an amount to be proven at trial. D. Punitive damages in the amount of $50,000 or an amount to be proven at trial. A. Interest pursuant to the Judgment Interested Act, RSA 2000 CJ-1, as amended from time to time. B. Solicitor-client costs or alternatively costs on such a basis as this honorable court deems just and appropriate, and C. Such further relief as this honorable court may permit. Notice to the defendants. You only have a short time to do something to defend yourself against this claim. 20 days if you are served in Alberta, 1 month if you are served outside Alberta but in Canada, 2 months if you are served outside Canada. Page 7, also known as the rest of the boring court stuff. You can respond by filing a statement of defense or a demand for notice in the office of the clerk of the Court of King's Bench at Calgary, Alberta, and serving your statement of defense or a demand for notice on the plaintiff's address for service. Warning: if you do not file and serve a statement of defense or a demand for notice within your time period, you risk losing the lawsuit automatically. If you do not file or do not serve or are late in doing either of these things, a court may give a judgment to the plaintiff against you.